Thank you, Maureen. All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to another wonderful day. Everyone can see me head to toe?
Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe I'll move back just a wee bit. Okay, you're going to just need a stretchy band if you have it today, as well as a weight. Now, remember, you can use anything as a weight, whatever you have accessible to you. And I suppose since on Tuesday I said happy Thursday, maybe today I'll make it really confusing and say happy Tuesday. And we'll go from there. That confused me for the rest of the week, just so you know. All right. Just some safety reminders, team. Make sure you have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. It is important to have a sturdy chair, nothing with wheels. Sturdy footwear or bare feet is best as well. And then I just keep your equipment tucked to the side. If you do have an oximeter, that's that fingertip reader, that can be a helpful tool to just keep checking your heart rate and oxygen levels throughout class. Just remember, as we exercise, we do expect to see that heart rate go up. So don't panic, it's a good thing. Okay. All right, let's get into our breathing pattern because it's always good to have that reminder. You can have your hand wherever you'd like. Just for the first couple breaths, I like to have my hand on my belly. And we're going to breathe in, fill up that belly, and then breathe out through pursed lips. And again, breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Once again, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Once more, just like this. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, I'm going to ask us to have elbows tucked in, hands facing the sky. And we're going to breathe in and pull the hands apart. Again, I don't want your hands out here. I want this rotation. I want the chest to come forward a little bit. That's going to help us take our breath in. Ready? So we're just breathing in and pulling the hands apart. And then slowly breathing out through pursed lips to bring the hands back in. Okay, go at your own pace. We're breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 2 more times. In, out, and in, out. Okay, you can shake up your hands there. I'll ask you to put your hands on your hips. And then from here, we're going to breathe in to lift one foot and push the other foot down into the ground, and then breathe out to lower it. So once again, we're just breathing in as we lift one foot, push the other down into the ground, and then breathe out to lower it down. Breathe in to lift. And now you might be asking or wondering about our breathing pattern, because oftentimes during exercise, we would do it on the leg lift. But remember, it's just on exertion that it helps give you a little boost. So if you feel this a little bit challenging to lift the knee, you're more than welcome to breathe out as you lift the leg up. Could be good to get into the habit. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine to breathe in and lift the leg because we're not doing anything super exerting. And when we exhale, it helps us tighten up our core, which helps stiffen up our spine, so we're able to get a little more strength. That's why you're encouraged to exhale on exertion. So again, we're not just lifting up one leg, we're pushing the other leg down into the ground, timing it to our breathing pattern. We're just going to do 2 more cycles here. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All right. Put your feet hip width apart, so about the width of your chair. We're going to take our hands, and what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in as we lift our arms. Lift to wherever is comfortable for you. Might not be up overhead, that's okay. Then we're going to breathe down and slide forward just below the knee. Okay, so again, we breathe in, we slide up, reach the hands up. See how high up you can get your arms with your inhale, and then breathing out, slide forward. We're just going to stop just where your hands are below the knee. And again, breathe in and out. Brilliant, team. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One last time. Breathe in and out. Awesome, team. Okay, now what we're going to do is, again, hips or feet wide, and we're going to pull one knee in across. Now, your foot is absolutely allowed to lift. You might get a little bit of a stretch on the outside of that hip, and then we're going to pull it back. So just go within your range. Can you pull that knee in across and back out? For some of you, your hips might be going, what are you doing? But it's important to get some of this hip mobility, we call it, when we ask our limbs and joints to move in different positions. So again, pull that knee in across, bring it back out. Pull that knee in across. See if you can touch knee to other leg without that leg coming together. Keep it out here. You can have your hands wherever is most comfortable for you. We're going to do a couple more like that. As you do a couple, it should start feeling just a touch easier, or like you can go just a little bit further. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Okay, you can shake them out. All right, now from here, we're going to start slowly getting our heart rate up. We're going to start lifting either one heel at a time, because remember, moving less limbs at a time makes the movement less intense. So you can lift one heel at a time, or you can lift both at the same time. Okay, so lifting and lowering the heels. We're also going to take our hands and, once again, either pushing one hand forward at a time or both forwards at a time. So again, you can be doing 1 and 1. You could be moving just one arm or one leg. Okay, you can lift up both heels at the time and push one hand forward at a time. Or you can get everything working together at a time. Again, the more limbs that are moving, the more intense it is going to be. So please take charge of your body. Find something that is challenging but doable for you today. Good. We're going to do a couple more repetitions. I'm going to switch just so everyone feels like they know what they can adjust to, right? Because we talked about this is your body, your class. You got to pay attention to what you need today. Good, because moving one limb at a time is perfectly acceptable. It's more than okay. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to change. So what's going to happen now is our arms are going to move across and open. Across, open. across, open, across, open. Good. So once again, if you'd like to increase the challenge, you can lift and lower your heels. Good. If you want to make this even more challenging, you can step your feet. Okay, so that'll make it more intense and it'll increase the challenge. Again, what's challenging but doable for you today? Maybe you keep your legs still and you're just moving your arms. That's okay. There we go. Brilliant, everybody. And we're going to keep moving for 3, 2, and 1. Shake out the arms. Okay, we're going to keep our thumbs facing forward. So if you were to lift your arms and give me a thumbs up, we're going to keep our arms in this position as we swing them down and up. So again, you can move both arms. If you need it to be less intense, just swing one arm at a time. Okay, be in charge of your body. So as our arms swing, we're going to take our feet and we're going to step out to the side and back. So 1 foot at a time is stepping out and back. Now, this is an exercise where you probably won't have both feet moving at the same time. Although if you really wanted to, you could. But it's probably a lot easier and you can move a bit quicker if you're just moving 1 foot at a time. So remember, I don't really give you rules. I just give you guidelines. There we go. So we're swinging those arms, stepping 1 foot out to the side at a time. Everyone's going at their own pace. Challenging, but doable. There we go, team. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Good work. Maybe this is the point in class where you're feeling a little bit short of breath. You can get into your recovery position. Remember to focus on exhaling through pursed lips. Good work, everybody. Remember, keep that chest up because the moment our back rounds, we're limiting our breathing. So you got to straighten out that back. Good work, everybody. Okay, so feel free to take the time you need to recover your breathing. Okay, you're in charge. Our next coordination movement is we're going to get our feet moving. So again, it can be lifting the heels, or you can increase the challenge by lifting both heels, or you can increase the range of motion by lifting your foot up off the ground. Okay, so find what is challenging but doable for you. Then we're going to take our arms and we're going to make a Y, then bring it back. We're going to make a T back, and we're going to make a W back. So Y, T, W. Y, T, W. Awesome. Y, T, W. Good. Y, T, and some of you may need to just keep your feet still. That's okay. Find what is challenging but doable, especially if you tend to get a sore back. You want to make the exercises more simple so you can focus on keeping your core tight as you go through the movements. So again, if you struggle with a sore back and we're marching and you're trying to do the movements and we're kind of rocking our body back and forth, you might need to simplify so you can just focus on keeping your core tight as we go through the movement. Y, T, and W. Who's starting to feel that in their upper back, the shoulders? Good. And rest. Okay, so those are good, important movements to do to help us open up through the chest, open up your upper back, because that upper part of your spine is where your rib cage attaches to. And if those attachment points are really tight, it's going to be harder for us to breathe in, because as we breathe in, the rib cage has to expand and open up. And so when we're really tight through that upper body and chest area, that can limit our breathing pattern as well. Okay, so these movements really help open up that upper back. Okay, a good thing to practice. Okay, we are going to lift and touch across. Lift and touch across. Remember, if you are choosing to stand, it's best to just have something to help you balance within grabbing distance. Okay, you don't need to use it. Don't feel like you need to, but you should have something within grabbing distance. Okay, we're lifting one knee and touching across. Lift one knee, touch across. Maybe you need to move just your arms. Okay, maybe you need to focus on just the feet, right? Find your challenging but doable state. Keep up your breathing pattern, team. Make sure we're breathing out through pursed lips. There we go. Nice work. Tap across as we march. Couple more seconds here if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Brilliant job, team. Again, you might need to go into that recovery position. Excellent work. So today I've been a little bit sneaky about the cardio, because instead of asking you to do a cardio burst, where it's a shorter amount of time and we're looking to increase the intensity, I've just kept you moving and moving and moving with just a very short rest in between. Okay, so if already you were thinking, oh my goodness, this is tough today, that's why I snuck in a lot of endurance cardio. But only because it's good for you. It was done just out of love from my heart to you. Okay. And that being said, we're still not done. So take a deep breath. And this time, I'm going to ask that you step 1 foot forward at a time. So just 1 foot stepping forward at a time. Get into that movement first, because then our arms, as your foot steps forward, your same arm swings back. So it swings back. Think about getting ready for a bowling. Now, if you were bowling, it would be your opposite arm and leg, but we're doing something a little bit different here. So reach that arm back, again, without losing that core tightness. So we're able to keep control of our upper body as our arm swings back behind us. Keep up your breathing pattern. and step 1 foot forward at a time. Great job, team. Really, really well done. Move that arm back behind you. Breathe out through pursed lips. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. So again, we might need to find that recovery position. Excellent work. How's everybody feeling so far?
Good.
Feeling good? Feeling okay? Feeling poorly? Okay, I didn't see any thumbs down, which is good. Saw quite a few thumbs up, a couple but I suspect it's more from a low energy standpoint or breathing flare up. So remember just to be extra diligent about your breathing pattern. Okay, there we go, team. Good work. All right, we're going to do one more kind of cardio-based movement. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw the letter V with your feet. You're going to start with your feet together. And then we're just going to bring one out wide, and then bring them back together. So out wide, back together, out wide, back together. And by out wide, it's forwards and wide. So again, can we draw that letter V? And then if you want to move your arms to increase the intensity, you can. If that's too intense for you, feel free to just keep your arms relaxed. All right, so we're out wide and back in. Out wide, back in. Goal here again is keep that core tight so we're not rocking forward and back as we move. Maybe pretend you're balancing a plate on your head. Don't let the plate drop. Excellent job, team. Good. Keep up the exhale through pursed lips. Well done. Keep those arms swinging. Now, if you want to actually add to the coordination for the last little bit here, you're welcome to get your arms moving with your feet. Harder than it looks. Out, out, in, out, out, in. So there's your extra bonus challenge if you want to give that a go. Good work. Make sure we're breathing out through pursed lips as we go. Excellent job, team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Excellent. It's a great time to grab a sip of water. Get into your recovery position. We're going to have a bit of a rest here. And then we're going to do a little bit of balance work. So just a reminder for our balance work, some of you will be standing, some of you will remain seated. Okay, and a way you can make it more challenging while staying seated is you can have a rolled up towel or a folded pillow and you can sit on it just to add a little bit to the instability. So now's a good chance if that feels like something you want to do, you can go ahead and grab a towel, pillow, folded sweater, right? Anything you can kind of sit on and add to the instability. As we're catching our breath, do we have any questions at this point in class? No? All right. No worries. Okay, hopefully you've all had a sip of water. Hopefully our breathing has recovered mostly. Okay, feel free to stay in your recovery position for as long as you need to. But we're going to do some balance work. So again, you're welcome to stay seated. And remember, balance is all about control. It's not just about being on one leg, it's about control. So if you're staying seated and we have one leg up, your goal would be to not allow anything to move. So it's not just moving and lifting. Can we keep everything nice and still, lift and hold, and we'll build up the ability, okay? If you are choosing to stand, go ahead and stand up with me. And again, we are going to use our balance support to at least have it within grabbing distance. If you are staying seated, you can lift one leg and hold it. If you are standing, I'm going to encourage you to stand heel to toe, as if we're standing on a tightrope. Now, if having your feet in a perfectly straight line is too challenging, well, the further apart you move those feet, the easier it's going to become. So find where your challenging but doable range is. Okay. And then from here, I want you to focus on, we've talked before about squeezing the glutes. I've said to you the funny imagery of crush that walnut between your bum cheeks. Okay, so go ahead and make sure those glutes are tight. It is going to help you balance. Okay, guys, so really get into that. You can bend your knees slightly so not up nice and tall. Be slightly bent kneed. All right. So from here, maybe this is nice and challenging. Maybe you can only hold this for 5 seconds and then you relax. That's okay. The one last challenge I'm going to do is, can you look down at your toes and then back up to your screen? Again, go really slow. If you have a recent history of vertigo or dizziness, I'd encourage you to not move your head or test it out and see how it feels. Again, we've got some balance support within grabbing distance. So 3, look down if you can, and look up 2, and then once more we look down and up and rest. So put your feet side by side. Maybe you need to shake out the hips a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and switch which foot is forward. So again, you balance support is within touching distance. We're going to crush that walnut. We're going to hold this for a moment because we held this for longer on the other side. Make sure you have found your balance zone. And then we are looking down at our toes and then looking back to our screens. Take your time. Please do not do this if you feel dizzy. Good. Go at your own pace, nice and slow. Okay, 2 more. 2 and 1. All right. Put your feet side by side. Shake it out if you need. All right. So now we're going to lift up one leg. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold it for, we're going to do 10 repetitions. And I'll show you what that means. 10 repetitions on one leg, 10 on the other. Or maybe you do 5, 5, 5, and 5. Okay, so the movement we're doing is we're going to lift up our heels, so just our toes are touching. And we're going to lift the knee and lower the knee. And again, if you need to briefly touch, that's fine. Maybe you challenge yourself and don't touch at all, but it's kind of lifting and lowering the knee 10 and 10 times, or 5, 5, 5, 5. Ready, set, let's go. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, maybe this is 5. Maybe you switch legs here, or maybe you can do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we switch. Woo. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 if you were switching on 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, maybe we shake out those hips. Well done, team. Okay. Now what I'm going to ask.
Excuse me.
I'm going to turn to the side to show you this one. We are standing on one leg. Can you touch your knee? Again, 10 and 10 or 5 and 5 twice. Maybe you hold on to something. Reach and touch the knee. 1. Maybe you can only touch halfway. That's okay. 3, 4. Again, be very cautious. Try to keep your head up. Because the moment we bring our head down, we actually shift our weight forwards and it makes it a lot harder. So try to keep your head up. You'll find that your weight shifts more towards your midfoot and your heel. That's 5 if you were switching every 5. Good. 8. Think about sticking your bum out. 9. That's going to take pressure off your back. 10. Awesome, team. Go ahead and switch. And then we reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, go ahead and sit back down if you're standing. That was really well done, team. Super, super great. So go ahead and rest. How'd that feel on the hips, the legs, your calves, your feet?
Yes, I felt it.
You felt it. So that's really great. So sometimes balance, we can improve balance by standing still on one leg. Awesome. Or standing still with your feet heel to toe. That's brilliant. Today, that's static balance. And today we worked on our ability to balance while there is some movement, right? So we were standing on one foot as best we could and lifting and lowering one leg. Okay, so really excellent job with that one, team. Go ahead and grab your weight.
So would that particular exercise help increase the stability of your ankles?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And balance with movement is just a little harder. Well, some people find it easier. It's a bit more similar to walking, but balancing is so important for building up your ankle stability and ankle strength for sure. Okay, team. Ready? Please extend one foot slightly. So my heel is on the ground. It's not up in the air. Heel is on the ground, but it's out in front of me. Got my weight at chest level. Here's what's going to happen. Really slowly, I'm going to push down through my leg on the ground. Then I'm going to lift and push the weight out. I'm not lifting this very high. Okay, or if you just want to go to lift it, but it doesn't actually come off the ground, that's fine too. But a slight lift and push and down. Slight lift and push down. Slight lift and push down. Slight lift and push down. 5, 6, we're doing 10. 7, if you feel it in your back, you can either lean back and don't lift as high. Will take some pressure off your back, or just be really conscious of nothing moves except the leg. And 10, switch. Up and push. And I'm not reaching with my weight. I'm not reaching, just pushing it forward slightly. 2, 3, 4. We keep up that breathing pattern, team. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good work, team. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have both feet out. And we're going to sit up tall. And again, the goal is to not allow your body to move. And we're going to pull the weight up and up, down and down. So can I keep both legs slightly extended and not move my body as I lift the weight up and up, down and down? Curl and up, lower, down. Curl, up, lower, down. Curl, up, lower, down, curl. Up again, stay up tall, lower, down, curl, up, lower, down, curl, up, lower, down, curl, up, lower, down. 2 more, curl, up, lower, down. And last one, curl, up, lower, down. Brilliant. Good work, team. Now, I'm going to hold the weight, lean back. And again, don't slump as you lean back. You got to sit up tall. Maybe you need to bring your feet in. Maybe you need to scoot your bum back. Find what's comfortable for your back. And we're going to lift and lower one knee 10 times. Ready? Up and down. As I'm lifting one leg, my other leg is pushing down into the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quick check-in with your back. Are you in a comfortable position? Keeping your core tight. Lift and lower when you're ready. 1, 2, 3. Remember, push down with that other leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reset your feet and sit up. How did that feel, everybody? Pretty good sequence. All right, now we're just going to do 5 partial sit to stands.
Okay.
And partial sit to stands means we're just getting our bum up out of the seat, hold, and then down. Otherwise, if you're staying seated fully, just push your feet into the ground. And we just got 5 of these. Ready? Up just a tiny bit, pause, and down. Up just a little ways, pause, and down. Remember, don't hold your breath. Can we exhale and down? Exhale, hover, down, and once more. Exhale, hover, down, and rest. Woo! Good?
Doable.
Doable. Perfect. But is it challenging?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
There we go. So maybe you need to get into your recovery position, catch your breath. We are going to repeat all of that. Don't worry, I have not forgotten about the band. We're going to use it a little bit just at the end. Good, good. If you feel like you do not need to recover when it's recovery time, you're welcome to maintain some light movement. You can march, right? You can keep yourself moving as long as you're maintaining your breathing pattern while other people recover, catch their breath. Any questions about those exercises before we do them again? No? Wow. I'm either a really good instructor or you're really good participants.
Both.
I think it's the second one. All right, dream team, we're going to repeat. So once again, we're going to have one foot extended, other foot bent. Remember this bent leg. We push our foot into the ground. Weight at the chest. And then we're lifting the leg, pushing the hands out and back. Good. Remember, we're not reaching with the weight. We're just pushing it out as the leg lifts. Even if your leg just lifts that tiny amount, that's okay. 5. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you lift the leg. 7. 8. 9. 10. Switch legs. And lift the leg, push the weight out. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Keep the body still. 6. So keep that core tight. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, extend both legs. Sit up nice and tall. Balance that plate on your head. And we're going curl and up, lower and down. Curl, up, lower, down. Just go within your range. Maybe you can't get up overhead very far. That's okay. Just do what you can. And it is helpful to breathe out from the overhead. So here's how I would suggest we do it. Take a breath in. Or sorry, we're going to breathe in as we curl. Breathe out as we lift. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you reset. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 2 more rounds. In, out, in, out, in, out, and in, out. Good work, team. Now, once again, we lean back. Find where a comfortable position is for you. And then we're going to lift and lower one leg 10 times. Ready? Lift and lower, push the other leg into the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. Good work, team. You can go ahead. Oh, no, I forgot. Sorry, we have our hover. 5, sit to stand, partial sit to stand. All right. And we're going up partway. We're pausing. And then we go back down. Remember, breathe out. Breathe out as we go partially up. Hold. And then down. We can breathe in again. Breathe out. Down. And last one. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out to go up. And then down and relax. Woo! Grab your band. Perfect. Okay, with the band. We're going to hold it out in front of us. Now remember, if holding onto your band makes your hands sore, you can always wrap the band around your palm, so then you don't have to grip it as tightly. Okay. We got the band in front of us. And we're going to pull, so one arm stays out in front. The other pulls back. One arm stays in front, the other pulls back. Think like a bow and arrow. And you're welcome to turn your shoulders that way as well. Go nice and slow, go within your range. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as we pull it back. Pull back. Great job, team. And 3, 2, 1. Rest your arms. Awesome. Okay, the last exercise we're going to do today, we're just going to review our banded glute exercises, or a seated clamshell, they're sometimes called. We're just going to put the band around our legs. We're going to crisscross it. And then from here, we're going to squeeze our glutes, pull the knees apart, and then relax. Okay, so squeeze the glutes, pull the knees apart, relax. There we go. Squeeze the glutes, pull your knees apart, and then relax. Make sure we're breathing out. And you can reset with an inhale. Good. Remember, squeeze those glutes, team. Crush that walnut between your bum cheeks. Excellent work. Last couple here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Undo the band. Okay, team, you made it. You did great. So now it's just stretch time. And remember, stretch time is the perfect time for questions. Okay, this is social time, great time to connect with each other as well. I see a question maybe has popped up in the chat. I can't read it from this distance, so I'm gonna just ask you to start pushing one elbow up and hold, and I'll just see if it was a question that I can answer now. All right, so just a good question on the exercise recordings. So again, it's on BC Lung's YouTube channel. And you can find it easily just by Googling BC Lung exercise or exercise with Jill even. And all the videos will kind of pop up. Go ahead and switch arms. Yeah, and if you're just starting out with the exercises, the recordings, kind of a good time frame, a good one to start with would be 2022 of February and March. That was after my knee surgery, so the exercises were a little slower. It's a great way to start off with. Rest your arm there. We're going to stretch out a leg, reach towards your toes. Any other questions for today, team?
When
Don't
were
be
these stretches? I think I told you before, I walk 3 miles every day. And I quite often felt a real tension on the outside of my leg from the ankle up. And I usually just keep walking through it. But is there a stretch I can do that will help alleviate the pressure against that muscle?
So on the outside of
Yes,
your lower ankle,
from the ankle up.
any old injuries? Did you break it? Did you sprain it badly?
I have, both of my ankles. One is currently, don't know what's going on with it. It swells like a softball every day.
Hmm.
And I use a compression sock to stop the swelling. The other one, I broke the heel in half years and years ago.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
that's the one that is painful on the side there?
Both of them are actually. So I'm
Hmm.
wondering what I can do to kind of stretch that out beforehand so that I don't get that tension.
Right. Switch legs, team. On one hand, you would probably find a lot of help by using a rolling pin on your calves. So if you've got a rolling pin or just pick one up from the dollar store, you just make sure you don't roll behind the knee, but the big muscle belly, rolling it out like it's pizza dough. Kind of helps massage it and loosen it up.
Okay.
So that's probably a good one just to maintain. And then as well as if I'm seated here, my feet aren't underneath me, they're forwards, and I point them away from me and then pull them up. And I go slow and I really try to get as much range as I can. And then I pull them in towards each other without the knees moving and out. So again, the knees stay still. So I'm just asking the ankles to move in their range of motion. So everyone can try this. We put our feet ahead of us, point them down, and then pull them back up. Point down, pull back up.
Yes, I can feel that.
Yeah, so again, you don't want to force the movement because you don't want anything to cramp up. And then from here, can you, keeping your knees still, can you pull your feet in towards each other? And then push them out away. So everyone go ahead, give that a go. Great way to keep your ankles mobile, some slow, controlled movement.
Okay.
There we go. Good job, team. All right. We can pull this foot up onto the shin or all the way up onto the thigh. And again, there could be some like locking in your ankle joint, but you'd need to go see somebody in person to show you how to, if that was the case, how to help you loosen up the specific joint. So like a physio would be a good bet for that.
The ankles both move okay.
Well, yeah, you've got about oh, I really shouldn't get this answer wrong, but you've got about 8 bones in your ankle.
Oh yeah,
Eight different bones that kind of make up the ankle joint. 10 if you're kind of counting your tibia, fibula. I might be incorrect on that number, but somewhere in that range. But sometimes one of those small bones can kind of get stuck. If you've had some trauma to the ankle before. So like breaking your heel. Go ahead and switch legs, team. So that could sometimes be a cause. But I can't really show you anything meaningful for that specifically over video.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah, but definitely keeping the ankle moving in those big global movements. Next week, we're going to work on our toe exercises as a group. You'll get some homework with that. Those will help you as well. Any other questions, team?
I do. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the problem above and beyond breathing is the aging factor of having less fluid to keep our tendons and muscles moving without discomfort. So any tips?
Yeah, hydration is super important, like making sure you're drinking enough water. And I know the average recommended is 2 liters a day or 8 cups. It doesn't even need to be a specific number. It's a bit different for everybody, right? Go ahead and drop a leg back behind you. But what happens as you get older is your body's sensing ability. So sensing when you're thirsty, when you're hungry, those sometimes reduce. So that's why kind of building up a cue of like, oh, I'm going to drink at least this water bottle today and get in the habit of regularly drinking enough water is super important. My grandma has dementia. And it's a slow progress, and she's doing well overall. When we started making sure she was getting enough fluid in a day regularly, some of her brain fog disappeared. Some of her overall daily confusion reduced.
Yeah.
Like it's super important to drink enough water from both a cognitive and a bodily standpoint. Go ahead and switch. And then you can also look at diet. Reducing sugar intake, making sure you're getting enough protein, getting enough vegetables, fruits and vegetables, especially our leafy greens, because those will all help reduce inflammation, because our overall systemic inflammation will contribute to stiffness and our muscles and tendons not being as movable. Okay. Like you guys know when you're in a flare-up day with your lungs, well, I'm sure you also feel some of those flare-up days. If you got any arthritis.
Yeah.
Right. I've had surgery on my knee twice. I know when it's about to rain. Or when I haven't been sleeping well, my body lets me know right away that it's in pain.
Yep.
So those are kind of the three key main things is hydration, food, and sleep.
Yeah. I feel
And movement. And movement. Get some consistent movement in your day, even when you're really tired. Sometimes you have to give a little bit of energy to get a lot back. So find what's a movement you can do. Is it a couple stretches? You know, is it kind of just swinging your arms back and forth a couple times, 30 seconds, and then lift and lower your heels for 30 seconds? Is it going for a walk? Like, find what's some small movement that can help perk you up, get things moving.
the the Chinese say that if we shake our bodies like this, if we just shake them right away in the morning, that just stimulates our energy and gets us keyed up to move and actually use all those muscles. Because that's the issue, is that if my body isn't really nice and warm and I go to do a thing that requires strength, that's when the tendons just go crazy, and so
For sure.
stops me from wanting to, but I do anyway. I just don't want to hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a little bit of kind of getting ready, shaking it out, bouncing around. That can help stimulate some blood flow and some readiness. Might take some trial and error. What works best for you, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Dream Team, let's take a deep breath in together. Put your hands wherever you would like. We're going to breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Once more, breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Okay. Great job, team. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful next couple days, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Tuesday.